And we're back with Warm Yogurt on Your Back, episode 2, Fanatics. I'm Xavier.
And I'm just along for the ride.
But is it a sexual ride?
Not the kind that I want.
That's good. It's good. We will establish a really good partnership this way.
Yeah.
No homo. You gotta keep in mind when we're talking about
for the record, you're still the little spoon. You know that, right?
It's because I'm white, isn't it?
No, it's just because you're just better at catching than pitching.
I honestly don't even want to think about that. Ever.
Anyway.
But we were discussing during the break, this doesn't really affect Mr. J as it affects me. I am in agreement with him. I have no problem with people believing what they want to believe. I really don't. I just don't. Like he says, whenever you show up at my door, that's when we're going to have a problem. And that's on you, not on me. But a lot of this, like Antifa, Black Lives Matter, all that crap like that, it's getting...
That's what pisses me off.
Well, that's fanaticism.
Those fucking fanatics piss me off.
But how's that possible? You're black.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. So clearly you were an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, sure. It's funny how we associate the name Tom with traitor.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Again, professionalism out the fucking window. But, yeah, that whole Black Lives Matter thing, that actually pisses me off to no end, because it's, we're one rate. You know, we're one, species. We're all lives, you know.
Oh, don't say that. I got in trouble for saying all lives.
Why does a black person's life mean more than a white person's life, and why does a white person's life mean more than an Oriental person's life? Do you know what? It takes all kinds, and no life is more important than another.
Well, that's my opinion. Is all life is precious. It really is.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it precious, but it's essential.
Well, once again, this is degrees until you cross the line. Then your life is now null and void. That's not the same. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't believe that someone needs to die because they believe something that I do not. And BLM flat out said that people in Harvey, when the hurricane hit, should not get any help unless they're black. I mean, what kind of absurdity is that?
Can we pause?
Yep. Okay, so anyway, after a short pause there, and life goes on, you know. Okay, what were you discussing?
The whole Black Lives Matter thing, but I mean, it's fucking pointless, is what it is.
Why?
These people, because it's like I said, no race is more important than another race. We need to all fucking coexist on this fucking planet. It's that fucking simple. When it comes down to it, no race is more important than another.
Right.
It's just it. Black lives matter, Oriental lives matter, Spanish lives matter, white lives matter. It's all the fucking same.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. It fucking irritates me that people are so fucking empty-headed and fucking shallow to think that, you know, this is going to make a fucking difference. How, you know, and even on the Black Lives Matter thing, as a matter of fact, you know, how many years did black people fucking fight for equal rights and equal treatment and not to be segregated and the whole civil rights movement and everything? You know, all we're doing is keeping racism fucking going.
Yep. I actually agree with Morgan Freeman on that front. He's like,
yeah, so do I.
Don't talk about it.
Right, and do you know what? We're gonna stop talking about this in particular because we'll get into this when we get into the racism episode. But it's fucking stupidity. Like you said at the very beginning. All in all, fanaticism equals fucking stupidity.
Right.
It's people that are not educated enough in a belief to make a valid argument about.
Because you're told you're a victim because of the color of your skin.
Or the religion that you believe. Or your sexual orientation. It's everybody's a fucking victim.
Right. It's like, now that you brought it up, let's talk about the LGBTQ, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I don't care. None of us care. And you need to understand that. We don't care what the fuck you do. But here's the thing. When you start pushing your beliefs and wanting extra rights, and that's what you got, what you're trying to do. Don't lie to yourself. You absolutely want extra rights. Then we got a problem. We got an absolute problem.
It's the same with the feminazis.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely fucking feminazis. It's ridiculous. Seriously, the statistics for fathers versus mothers in the court system is outrageous. And yet we're supposed to believe that women are being held down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's...
And that's the problem with the actual suffrage and the original feminists, which did a good thing. Now it's third wave feminism, and they're all actual feminazis where every man is evil, everything is sexist, and you have to point it the fuck out. That's wrong. Not everything is sexist. Not everything revolves around you being held down and oppressed. You are not oppressed.
I'm failing to see oppression there.
Well,
there's see a lot of the problems with the what is it, the fair rates or whatever. You know, a man makes more doing the same job as a woman.
That's been debunked countless times.
But you know, a lot of that also comes from old school mentality, old school corporate owners and chairmen that have that mentality that, you know, it's like the whole society as a whole is being punished for a few.
Yep.
And you know, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's my point. I believe in everybody as an individual, not as a collective. You are not part of a group based on skin color. You are not part of a group based on mentality as far as sexual orientation and shit like that. It's not a thing. You're making it a thing. And I actually feel bad for you that you go through life so paranoid and so worrisome that everybody is doing something to oppress you. That is beyond ridiculous. And honestly, it's got to be scary for you that you think that me out in the middle of nowhere is someone somehow oppressing you because I'm white or because I'm a man or because I'm straight. It's beyond ludicrous that you think that.
And with, you know, with that being said, this is exactly why I believe that if there is in fact a God, God is a fat black lesbian.
Well, that's where I actually go into. There's a guy called, I don't know if you've ever heard of Peter Hitchens. Okay, well, he's a big-time atheist, or he was before he died. A very elegant man, or eloquent man. He preached about being atheism versus beliefs, you know. And once again, I'm a man who actually believes in something, but I don't believe in the church. I think the church is fucking evil in every way, sense, shape, and form. I really do. Once again, pedophile priests need to be brought to fucking justice, you cocksuckers. But
they need to be turned into eunuchs and call it a fucking...
Yeah, Hitchens made a very good point out of all of his arguments, which one thing I completely agree with him is, if God is all-powerful and all-knowing, then he is a dictator asshole. Because that means he allows little kids to be stabbed and murdered, and he does nothing about it. So if he does that and he's not an asshole, then he's not all powerful. Then he can't stop everything, and therefore he's not a full-on God. So you can't have it both ways. Either he is all-powerful and all-knowing, and in which case he's a prick, and I don't want anything to do with him.
But at the same time, if you look at ancient religions and ancient gods, myths, legends, the gods of Olympus, they were merciful gods, but they were vengeful gods.
Yeah, I've been a fanatic of wrathful God.
And it's the balance of the yin and the yang. You know, it's you can't have the good without the evil. You can't have I can't even think of what the fuck I'm trying to say here. You can't be merciful and not vengeful.
Yeah, you have to have both.
It's almost necessary for gods to be balanced.
Right, but still, the point that Hitchens was saying is that regardless, if he's one thing, then he's a prick, asshole. If he's not that, a prick asshole, then he's not all powerful and all knowing. And if he was both, then he would be mortal and no longer a god. There you go.
So I mean,
to which I fully agree with that. It's a very valid argument. Once again, that's why I don't believe. And I tell this to some of my friends, my very religious friends on Facebook. I tell them, I'm like, look, you can believe that there's a magical dragon out in the middle of the fucking space that is your god, and I'll cheer you on and clap you on the back. I'm cool with it.
Is there actually a magical god out in space that's a dragon?
I think there is. If I were to put a face to what I believe, it would be a magical bone dragon out in space from Final Fantasy.
I would believe in that dragon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not? But still, and that comes down. They come down to the religious make the arguments of free will and everything like that. And I'm like, it's like I get that, but still, pushing your beliefs on others is bad. No matter who you are, no matter what your fucking beliefs are, we don't care what you do. Believe, do whatever you want, as long as it does not affect us. The moment it affects us, we got a problem. And fanatics are now running the gamut on just about everything in this world lately, and it's getting so fucking out of hand.
Well, it all comes back to stupid butthurt pussies in society.
Well, not even just that. Let's talk about Leonardo DiCaprio bitching and griping about climate change, all while driving or flying in a fucking personal jet, which the count of the amount of carbon dioxide or whatever that he pumps into the freaking air is ludicrous for a single man, and yet gets off the plane, gets into Cadillacs who pump out even more to drive to a venue to say, you people need to get off of electricity. And you need to have your government give money to other governments because, even though there isn't a solution, you need to do that. That's crazy. That's fucking nutty.
Well, that comes back to what I said earlier about how people are bitching and bitching and bitching, but they're not giving any solutions.
Yep. It's the same thing with gun fanatics. Not for, but against.
Well, even the ones for go a bit.
Absolutely.
They do go overboard. There's these fucking off the grid bunker junkies.
Yeah.
That they ain't taking my goddamn guns.
The world is coming to an end. Get in, Ma.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I love guns as much as the next guy. I've got several, but do you know what? I only got two hands. I can only use two of them at a time. At most.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I could teach my dick how to shoot.
One thing that always astonished me was this rift between concealed carry and open carry motherfuckers. Well, open carry, they don't really bitch, but the concealed carry do. They're like, oh my god, you have that open carry. People can just walk up and take it. And they just constantly, I'm like, dude, you're on the same side. What the fuck are you bitching about?
I'll tell you what. We'll get into that topic when we come back.
All right.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, refresh our coffees. And I'm sorry, folks, we didn't get into Rapture, Doomsday, and Hillary Clinton, but we can if you'd like. There's still time. And till we see you again, I'm Mr. J.
And I'm Xavier.
We'll talk to you soon.